Hello, everyone, and welcome to this semifinal matchup between ACCM and Cool, the number 9 or 8 seed, as you can see above on here, versus the TyRanT, the
Classic
Viper,
guys.
and DauT, the number
Fucking
1 seed
classic.
in the Nomad Battlegrounds tournament for $1,500. I'm joined by my co-caster, Ornlu. This is a mutual partnership, I suppose. And yeah, would you like to introduce the players' positions, Ornlu?
I would, but my game crashed, so we're trying to get in still.
What version of Wololo Kingdoms are you on? Is that an issue?
No, it's a Voobly issue. Whenever I'm in a lobby that isn't Medieval Siege, it'll just like crash sometimes whenever I try to load in the game. But I'm in now. Just
Oh, okay.
a little bit of super speeding needed. But yeah, we're all in.
So I'll introduce the first players. I'll introduce the Vietnamese team. We have ACCM playing in purple as the Indians, and his ally this game will be Cool playing as the Malay. They're both centered on the middle to right part of the map. Would you like to introduce the TyRanTs?
Of course, we will have our Lord and Savior grassed out here on the right side of this island in the blue as the Ethiopians. And his teammate will be the Viper in the south of the island as the Yellow Persians. And man, nobody, these are some interesting player positionings as, you know, they thread their TCs down.
Yeah, definitely. So look at DauT's position. He's got tons of food for days, and he's also placing his dock right away. Which is that normal for a civilization like the Ethiopians to place their dock right away?
Well, no one else has thrown down their dock yet. Oh, nope, Viper has, but yeah, he's Persians, obviously. That one makes sense. But yeah, neither of the Vietnamese players have thrown down their docks yet, as far as I can tell. So maybe that's doing something special here.
Well, I mean, so he could build one fishing ship now. Actually, well, with deer, he should be able to keep up his villager production. We see Cool laming the two boars of DauT, but that's probably not going to phase DauT too much with all the food that he has, and those boars are still easily takeable. He's going to take his first boar right now. So this is a pretty good start for DauT. Able to get his dock up without much of a villager idle time, have enough food to keep his town center running. He's going to research Lu right now, actually, but that'll pay off as as his fishing ships come out. So this is a very good start from DauT.
Yeah, definitely. Bit of laming coming down is always going to be expected on Nomad. It's just kind of the laming map, as you can really cripple your opponents if they have like one key resource that you just take from them. But DauT not going to be too phased just because he has a veritable cornucopia of food resources near his TC, so he'll be fine. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of laming between Viper and Cool in the south.
Yeah, the Viper's got a pretty decent spot. He's got gold, he's got shorefish, he's got deer, and he has sheep. He has his dock over all the way on the left side of the map, so that's fairly safe, and there's a lot of fish there. He's got 3 fishing ships out already. That's part of the Persian bonus, starting with more wood. So overall, DauT and the Viper, very good positions. I'm going to take a look at Cool's map, and Cool has a bunch of deer next to him, some boars, wood, gold, and stone. The gold might be contested by the Viper, but it's a little bit closer to Cool.
Yeah, I mean, the gold and stone distribution...
Oh, sorry. I'm just going to analyze ACCM's map as well. Those gold, little bit of food, but not as much as the other players, and a good wood. So which player would you prefer in this situation? Or which team?
I think it's relatively even. I think DauT has the best map, without a question. Something I'm looking at is the TyRanTs don't have access to stone. All of the stone is kind of concentrated, it seems, in like the middle of the map as far as I can tell.
This is why I'm glad you're here. I completely missed that fact. I would have said TyRanTs hands down, but you're right. Not having stone is a big deal, especially the Vietnamese players are kind of known a little bit for going for more tower-based strategies, and towers have not been nerfed at this stage. And Malay's a pretty good tower civ as well, so those could be some things to definitely keep in mind. One thing I do want to mention that I did like was that ACCM was taking a bit of shorefish. He has Indian fishermen, so I think that makes a bit of sense to long distance fish that. But it looks like he's not going to continue it. Maybe too far away.
Yeah, I believe Indian shore fishing is like the second fastest source of food in the game. Like it's a really fast source of food if you can sort of get that. That's what makes Indian such a strong pick on maps like Bedouins, where you have all those little shore fish next to your TC. But it looks like DauT's going to be the one with the more obvious shore fish locations for his villagers to gather.
So strategies on this, with this particular map, I would think it'd be fast fuel strategies from all of the players, considering how close they are together and the way things have shaped out so far. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Especially if I'm VNA in this position, I'm just going to trush them all day. I mean, the closest stone is for the Viper to the north of his base, but we could potentially see, like, with Cool walling off Viper from accessing his own base, like trapping Viper in, I think, with a bunch of towers. Could definitely see that happen.
Perhaps Cool looks to be a little more defensive. Is he going to go to a stone mine right now, or is this villager going to wall? Looks like she's going to actually wall. So Cool's actually playing this more defensive than maybe he should. Going to wall in the south. We have a villager down in the south as well, who's going to get past this wall. But that villager could actually be trapped. So we'll see what happens here.
Something always worth mentioning for Nomad is that your scouting isn't going to be ideal. Obviously, without a scout cavalry, you're going to want to use your villagers to gather food, or wood, all the time. Going to have to use sheep for scouting, but we do have a little bit of a villager scuffle, as Viper has a villager in deep in the base of Cool.
Yeah, that villager might not make it. We have Cool going to gold right now. Cool is the first player up to the next age. Surprisingly, not mining any of his 4 stone mines that are right next to him. Although he has a villager near the back of the Viper's base. Looks like it's just going to be galley wars for now.
You mean fire galley wars?
Fire galley wars, yes. To start.
Feels bad, man. But yeah, everyone else will be getting into the feudal age.
Cool looks like he has the most fish out right now. Well, actually, the Viper has a significant amount of fish. There's a bit of fish discrepancy. So the Viper with the most and DauT with the least, and the Vietnamese team in between.
Yeah, Viper going with a very aggressive fish boom early on. Pretty interesting, because he's going to run out of fish pretty quickly at this edge of the map. He's going to want to, you know, get a dock a bit closer, but yeah, he's going to definitely have a, you know, some long-distance fishing pretty quickly.
Well, the Viper has actually enough food. He didn't go up much later than other players, but he has enough food to actually pull off a fast castle here, which is also nice because your docks are, you know, will be able to build faster and they have the more HP. So I'm guessing that the Viper is just going to go for this fast castle. Going to drop down a blacksmith now, saving up the wood for a market. However, what he doesn't know is that Cool is behind the base and might drop a pretty devastating tower.
Yeah, definitely we see the market as well for Viper, as we predicted. And fast castle into some sort of monk plus siege push would make sense in a, you know, in the abstract sense. But as you're saying, this could be a lot of towers in Viper's face really quickly, though ACCM will actually be the first player to click up to castle.
Nice economy management from him. He also has a barracks and a tower and a stable up, so ACCM's got resources for days, it appears. Compared to the Viper, who doesn't really have any offensive infrastructure down. But, and even going to wall up this archery range of DauT. Is he going to get this wall? This is going to be huge if he does.
Yeah, certainly. DauT gets one archer out by the looks of things, but yeah, it looks like this will be a successful wall up here from ACCM, and that's going to be a bit of a pickle for DauT, as he would say.
So we talked about the strength of the Ethiopians' archers earlier on. What's one way to deal with it? Just wall off your opponent's archery ranges. Only one space left remaining on there, and I think there's a deer there or something? Can the archers go past the deer? I don't think so.
I don't think they can, but we learn something new every day.
So DauT with only one working archery range now. ACCM will be in the castle age and be able to make camels,
nice.
which should fare okay at this point where we don't have a lot of archers out yet.
Yeah, DauT's, you know, trying to do a little bit of poking and prodding, but not going to get a whole lot done. You do have a little bit of a fire galley scuffle in the south of the map between Cool and Viper, but Viper with the faster working docks is going to have the numbers edge there. And
the Viper already up to the next age, and he has enough food almost to go with the Imperial Age if he wanted to, but of course he won't. They no tower actually got up behind the wood line. Cool saw with the outpost and chose not to put a tower there, and that's pretty interesting to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, but he's gathering stone. He threw down the stone walls, and he's just walling himself in. This is like campaign level walling.
Do you think this is going to be maybe a castle?
Yeah.
In the future?
That would be my guess. Castle into Karambits. Sounds like a pretty reasonable option, but Viper, he doesn't care. He's just throwing down another TC.
Well, that's how you play Persians. You try to boom as much as possible. DauT actually deleting his archer range, I find that pretty humorous. He didn't want to build archers from it, and gonna actually build a watchtower here. Gonna try to be denied by ACCM, but it's gonna be unsuccessful with those spearmen in the mix.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty ballsy, building a tower right next to a siege workshop.
Yeah, it's interesting to say the least, and of course you have to remember that...
That's a move only DauT would make.
Oh yeah, DauT just doesn't care. And something that is worth mentioning...
That's probably in preparation for his DauT castle, which will place right next to the defended tower, right next to the siege workshop.
Naturally.
Full of rams.
But it's like something worth mentioning here is that DauT's still in the feudal age without really the castle age in sight. Yes, Cool is still in the feudal age as well, but he is totally comfy, cozy, safe at home, gathering from deer, and he has the melee bonus to get up to the castle age quickly anyway, so...
This Mangonel is absolutely devastating. That just did so much for ACCM, and now that tower's a goner. DauT... Well, it ended up being a DauT tower. It was only something that he would have done, and it might backfire a little bit as the Mangonel gets behind the minimum range.
I have no idea, Ismail. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand this line of play from DauT. I mean, he has such a good map. He could have gone for a fast castle himself, and right now he's just going to get killed by camels by the looks of things. The Indians, of course, having the extra armor for their camels means that they're going to be just a little bit more tanky to these archers. And
what a play from ACCM, though. Yeah. Going so aggressive with that tower, walling in the archer range, taking out the tower and all the villagers with it, and now doing all the damage with the Mangonel. He's absolutely dominating on the north side. And on the south, not a hell of a lot is going on. The Viper, probably the strongest player in this game right now, as far as economy is concerned. But will DauT be able to survive? As a Mangonel is going right after the town center.
Ooh, another big Mangonel shot for ACCM. And I just really like the confidence of this guy's playing. Just going forward, going for the wall-ins, not being afraid of DauT, and really just sort of taking it to him. 21 kills for him, 7 deaths. That's what you like to be seeing at the 22-minute point in the game.
Oh, absolutely. Don't underestimate the Vietnamese players at all. They're very aggressive players, and they have been around for a long time. I know for a fact that Cool and ACCM have been playing together for years, and they've played in many Nations Cup prior.
Yeah, definitely. And to me, the Vietnamese players, Cool and ACCM included, but also players like Backed and Yellow. These guys really can play at a very high level. They're just kind of inconsistent. So it's good to see them looking to be in pretty good form this game.
They are all older players and probably won't have as much time to play the game as as some of these other players. But they've always been at a high level for a long time, so you can never underestimate them. Viper taking control of the water, so he's still got a lot of food going. Man, I would like to see maybe the Viper go 3 stable right now and try to really bail out DauT. But Castle coming up right now, is the Viper going to challenge it with a tower or anything? And if not,
don't think he can at this point. Yeah,
what did you say?
Oh, I don't think he can at this point. This castle looks like it's going to go up pretty much just uncontested, and, well, that's going to force Viper off of some sort of resources. He has a lot of houses here, ironically, so could end up getting a bit housed as this goes on, but Viper just does not care. He's on 3 TCs, he's at 62 villagers, 17 fishing ships. He's winning the water handily, so, so long as he can protect his economy from these Karambits that are likely incoming, he'll be in a fantastic spot as we get into the mid-game here.
The thing is, I don't think DauT can hold,
warrior.
though. DauT has no army. He's got no space to run. That's the biggest problem. He's got nowhere to run. Viper is nowhere in sight.
Yeah, Viper is, he's playing this like I play team games, where you just kind of boom and let your teammate fend for themselves and just kind of hope that you can carry in the late game. And, yeah, we might see DauT drop his 1 population cast a game with 2v2 with Viper and DauT versus the Coachers yesterday, and DauT dropped to 1 population, because Viper was doing the same thing, where he just kind of boomed, and then, well, DauT got 2v1'd, and then he had 1 villager.
That is hilarious. Yeah,
it's a best of 5.
So bad for DauT. Luckily, got the mangonel, which is great. That'll definitely buy some time. ACCM should definitely have more mangonels out right now. And is currently only on 1 town center. So DauT's going to really invest everything into Feudal Age, really try to hold until the Viper can bail him out.
Yeah, the question is that going to be successful? I mean, this TC's already at very low HP. He's just throwing down more and more production facilities, as you were saying, and I just don't know how successful this is going to be.
I don't know. DauT is doing a great job at hoping
Cool is
right
playing
now.
in this game.
Big
He's in the red as the
ACCM
Malay.
not building a mangonel. This tower can definitely buy time. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go to the Viper's resources, and he's currently on 1,200 gold. Jeez. That's not good.
That's some Ornlu eco balance right there. Way too much gold for what he's doing. He's just booming, and you don't need gold to do that, man. Just food and wood's all you need. But he has like what, 20+ villagers on gold?
Well,
27.
the Viper should be up just basically any second if he wants to buy his resources and add his building. Should have a castle up as well. But man, this is going to be hard. It's not even like Cool is able to be raided because he's got so many stone walls up.
Yeah, also Viper making fish traps. He's not even Malay. You like never see fish traps.
The Viper is a big fan, I've heard on a stream, of using the gill nets technology. That can be a little bit OP.
Oh boy, gill nets. I love me some gill nets. I was talking about it on the Escape stream.
If you look at the fishing ships, they gather real fast. And this is, yeah, again, this isn't even Japanese or anything like that.
Yeah, it's a super good technology.
Sense.
It makes your fishing ships pretty much as good as farmers. And, you know...
even better.
Yeah.
Which is a little scary when players figure that out. Another castle battle coming up. It looks like it's going to be a DauT castle from Cool. Because the Viper's just building it with so many damn villagers. Will Cool get this castle up? Gonna lose a lot of villagers in the process.
Yes. Honestly, if I were Cool, I would just, you know, pull back with these villagers and build the castle somewhere else, because you forced Viper to delete a TC to get this castle up. Which is never ideal, obviously. But Cool, he's going for it, man. It looks like he will get it up, but... well, at what cost, nobody?
You know what the crazy thing is? That I think the TyRanTs actually have more villagers overall. They definitely have more villagers.
Yeah, Viper's had a pretty crazy boom here. Persians, one of the best booming civs in the game. I believe they are the 3rd best booming civ in the game, behind the Slavs and Vikings, so definitely can get up to a massive villager count quite quickly, as Viper's, you know, almost halfway to the Imperial Age.
Man, how the hell has DauT been able to hold? He's still, you know, still in the same position he was a few minutes ago, which is great for him. You know, he's got about this, you know, not that far behind from ACCM. But the Viper should be able to bail him out, and this is just an excellent hold from DauT.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most important things in a team game is to just die slowly, and that's exactly what DauT's doing. Eventually he's going to lose this, because, well...
I'm the best at that. I do that every game.
Exactly, but, you know, right now, DauT just...
I say that, though. I mean, this is looking really bad for DauT all of a sudden.
Yeah, like... yeah, this is just not good for DauT. He's
that changed in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's gonna die fairly soon, but Viper's also gonna be imp pretty soon, interestingly with some archery ranges and a university, so it looks like to be the hand cannon line of play.
Dear God, though, I mean, the Viper won't be able to bail out DauT for another few minutes at least, and those hand cannons would be so slow to move across the map anyway. I guess it makes sense you don't want to go Cavalier against Indian Camels, and you're of course going to have Karambits there, but do you think this is the right play? Go hand cannons and looks like halberdiers.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the arena style, right, of hand cannons, halberdiers, that sort of thing. Viper, interestingly...
Dear God, look at the Viper's resources. You could go for a Elite War Elephant at this stage.
That would be a little overbold, I would say. Ironically, he still does not have anywhere near enough resources for Elite War Elephant. It's, I believe, 1,600 food. But, he made, like, I don't know, 5 petards or something, ran them into Cool's castle, but it didn't kill it. So now he's just making a treb, I guess, to finish it off, which is a little odd, but, you know, whatever gets the job done.
trebuchets going up onto Cool's castle. Still not a lot of military production from the Viper. He's just getting his upgrades right now. And DauT is down to 15 villagers, 5 of which, no, all of them are pretty much in trouble. Is DauT going to go with the transport? That's my only question.
You know, eventually it becomes a Pilgrim's game where you just gotta load your villagers up in the transport and sail to new shores. Because DauT's probably gonna need to do that at some point pretty soon.
And there it is. There's the transport. Gonna garrison it up. Only takes 5. Goodbye, everyone else. And we'll see if these villagers are able to even make it out of there.
Yeah,
what a DauT play.
Yeah, that is such a DauT play, but Viper's coming in with a forward castle of his own onto Cool's TC, and, well, it doesn't really seem like there's a whole lot Cool can do to stop this. And Viper's War Machine is going to be quite terrifying quite soon. He has Halberdier, he has Chemistry, hand cannons, and friends are on the way.
I'm just going to be preoccupied with this transport ship from DauT, which is clearly in the line of sight of ACCM. Going to migrate to the left side of the map, where ACCM has a lot of vision as well. So this is very, very dicey for DauT.
Yeah, ACCM is also almost to the Imperial Age, so it's going to be kind of a Persians versus Indians Imperial slugfest, but I think the main difference between these two teams is that Cool is in a significantly better spot than DauT, even if he's, quote-unquote losing to the Viper.
Cool investing into Redemption right now, which I find a little odd. I don't see any siege on the field at all.
Just the trebuchets, and you're not converting those guys anytime soon, so you're right, that is a very weird choice.
So right now, what I'd like to see is just maybe Cool and ACCM trying to build as much military as possible and do a 2 versus 1 on the Viper. Right now, anything that ACCM is clearly behind the Viper, so I don't think Imperial Camel is going to work against the Halberdier. So maybe go for cannons of your own.
Yeah, that's
what kind of play would you suggest? Oh god! Oh god, these trebuchets!
Yeah, they're quite far forward there. But something I also think is worth noting is that, looking at the gold, Viper has gold for days. He has so many gold mines available to him, and Persians with gold are just such a terrifying civilization in the post-Imperial Age. You can really just do, like, everything. And I really don't see how to stop Viper.
Civilization's very versatile, so, we see, hand cannons, halberdiers, and we'll certainly see some cavalry added later on in the game. Other players, I believe they have enough access to gold, though. I'm just checking around the map. ACCM's got tons of stone, but not a hell of a lot of gold, actually.
He'll have access to gold that was formerly DauT's over in the right side of the map. So at least in the short to medium run, I think the Vietnamese team will be fine. But I think it's more the fact that Viper just has so much gold at his disposal that he can just do whatever he wants, and because he already has a lead, he'll just, I think, be able to power through both of these Vietnamese players, having over double their combined military counts right now.
I was about to, 5 minutes ago, say this game was over, and do you think it's possible the Vipers take this back, or it's still unlikely?
Honestly, I think it's unlikely that VNA can win this game at this point. I mean, Viper, he's at about 170 population. Yes, it's a little bit less than the VNA team combined, which is about at 200, but just in terms of momentum, map position, very much all going to be in favor of the Viper right now, just causing so much idle time for ACCM right now with 42 idle villagers. It's crazy.
This is pretty big, though. Those 2 trebuchets going down to the Viper. But doesn't matter too much. This defensive army roaming into the base of ACCM. But those trebuchets going down is actually kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it does sort of, put a bit of a halt onto Viper's push, as the single war elephant will do not a whole lot. But still, we don't see a whole lot right here from Cool to support his teammate. Going down an archery range. Interesting.
Well, if the Viper keeps adding these elephants, then Cool could definitely go into monks. They should try to maybe consolidate their armies to try to defend this better. Surprisingly, the Viper hasn't really focused on Cool at all. He's been mostly taking it to ACCM.
Yeah, And, you know, I think that's a smart move. I mean, ACCM is the more terrifying threat, both in terms of he's in a stronger position in this game, and he has the better post-imp civ, so definitely think that's a smart move. See a few hand cannons coming out for him as well. Persians and Indians, definitely, I think, fairly similar civilizations in how they play in the late game, but obviously it's just ViPer with such a significant lead over ACCM having 3 times military.
ACCM getting the unique tech on his hand cannon, so they'll be a little bit stronger than usual. ViPer just can afford to throw away a few units here because he's got much stronger economy. Cool teching into Arbalest, though, just as the ViPer is pushing in. You know, if you have Arbalest on the right side, and looks like, you know, ACCM may be able to hold with hand cannons, you know, this might get a little bit tougher for the ViPer.
Yeah,
Certainly not a steamroll.
It seems like the ViPer is actually intentionally making more elephants, at least some amount of them, which is interesting. But I think this castle should fall eventually as these halberdiers clean up the villagers trying to repair the castle, so that will be a nice little win for ViPer. Also, ViPer striking cool in the south with plenty of hand cannons, and yes, you do see the Arbalest transition coming in for cool, but, well, he just doesn't have the numbers right now. He only has 18 military, and Arbalests, their strength comes from their numbers, which cool doesn't have.
And this doesn't surprise me at all, actually, but the ViPer, it looks like he is eventually going to tech into Elite War Elephant.
Because why not, right?
I think so. They're really strong. Even if you get a few converted, if you have a good eco, I think it's still worth it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I still think it's a questionable choice because your opponents have access to both have good monks and you have Imperial camels, but I mean, really don't see the infrastructure set up for the imp camels for ACCM, and not really many monks on the field either. So, you know, might end up working out here for ViPer.
Okay, so right now the strength of the push is directly related to the strength of the Elite War Elephants right now. We'll have to see how strong they'll be, how the conversions go. But if the Elite War Elephant tech doesn't do it with them, with Faith, then I see really the Vietnamese team full of this back, as both players are now making a pretty decent army.
Yeah, certainly. And, well, as you were saying, ViPer's push is... it's kind of been slowed down a bit. I'd still say he's pushing, but obviously not as much as he was before. The Elite War Elephant tech is you know, it's pretty slow to get going. He's getting that now, researching Faith as well to help with conversions. But it looks like you know, the War Elephants are doing their job tanking, and looks like he's still pushing.
Yeah, those fishing ships still helping out on this push. The War Elephants are really so, you know, food expensive. That's the biggest problem with them. But the ViPer's got the eco to support it. Just maybe wants to take a little bit more control of these golds and the stones in the south. I think that the Vietnamese team might be running a little bit out of gold.
Yeah, you know, a while ago I said they'd be fine for gold in the short to medium run, but that is slowly going to be ending, as it seems like there's only one secure gold mine right now for the Vietnamese team.
DauT is making 50-minute horse collar.
Oh, gotta love it, gotta love it. I believe ViPer is slinging him to some amount. I saw him research coinage earlier.
Yes, slinging some wood. Some of the non-valuable resources.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't need gold. Don't need any gold. Don't need any stone.
But it seems like ViPer is...
These War Elephants are just so tough to stop, though. I mean, Arbalest's really not going to do much of, if anything, against them.
Yeah.
In the north, you know, we'll just have to see a lot of Hauts, I guess.
I mean, one of the OG, like, death ball combos for Persians was either War Elephants / Paladins and hand cannons, and that's kind of what ViPer has right now. There really isn't a whole lot in the game that counters that. Having to peel his army to the south to prevent this capped ram push coming in from Cool, as he tries to secure one of ViPer's old gold locations, as well as a castle on this hill. But ViPer's going to try and put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, and will successfully. Man, this game is so hard to it could go either way. ACCM's now, you know, taking it to the ViPer over in the north. The ViPer's only on 3 castles, so losing 1 castle would be a big blow to him. Obviously, he's losing a little bit of his farmers in the north, and you know, DauT's being slowed down as well by these hand cannons.
Yeah, and you know, as we were saying way long ago this game now, all of the stone was in favor of the Vietnamese team, right? So ViPer can't make that many castles, so his elephant production is going to be very much limited. But, I mean, 3 castles, it's, you know, it's adequate, I would say. You probably do want that 4th castle, though. And now that ACCM was doing a good job at raiding Viper's farming economy, like you were saying, that is just going to, you know, really put a damper on his elephant production.
And looks like these elephants will be able to stampede their way through. Hand cannons should move back and should be saved. Where the heck are the halberdiers and the monks? What is the plan against these elephants? What, you know, both these civilizations do get halberdier.
They both get halberdier, the Malay have fully upgraded halberdier, and both civilizations have pretty good monks, so... I don't know. It's very weird that you wouldn't see a halberdier/monk transition by now.
Oh god, this kills me. As ACCM loses all of his hand cannons on the left. Oh god, that's so expensive.
Yeah, that's always a bit painful to see. But
it's ridiculous, though. I mean, my favorite unit when I was growing up was the War Elephant, just because I loved anything where you could just mask one unit and overwhelm everyone else. But their strength is really ridiculous.
Oh yeah, definitely, and well,
I think if there's anything to say about this game is the strength of the Persians, whether it's their boom, their fish, you know, their crazy nomad start, or the strength of their elephants. I think that's one of the big takeaways from this game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This is kind of a tour de force of all the Persian strengths.
You know, never a first pick on most maps.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of a shame, because I really like the Persians. I mean, not just because they have elephants, which is awesome, but they just feel so diverse and have so many powerful options. And, you know, we're kind of seeing that in this game, and just... They really do shine on Nomad, like you were saying. Thanks for the biddies, by the way, Dirk.
Yeah, well, okay, so monks gonna get 1 conversion of the elephants. Remember that elephants have faith, but, man, I hate to, you know, beat a dead horse or whatever, but you're really gonna need, you know, halberdier to be able to stop this. And, looks like Castle will go down to ACCM. I'm gonna try to pick off the trebuchet and not gonna get it.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate for him, and what I'm really missing here is, yes, halberdier would be the ideal meat shield, but just kind of any meat shield for the Vietnamese team. They just, like, we see halberdiers coming out right now for cool. They are fully upgraded, but this feels like it might be too little too late.
Man, I keep going back and forth on this game because I see the Viper really doing some great damage to ACCM, but over on the right side now we see a you know, pretty diverse army from Cool, and Cool's actually pushing in.
Yeah, certainly, and, well, with another castle coming up on this TC of Viper, well, that's going to be a lot less, you know, villagers and economy and space to work with. Space is always something that is quite valuable on Nomad maps.
All right, I'll bet you this battle right now is going to, you know, reflect who wins the game. As these elephants try to go up the map, we have 4 elephants for Cool even. It's got tons of monks here. I'm really curious to see who wins this one.
Yeah, that is quite a few monks here for Cool. Looks like around 6 or 7. But is it going to be enough? Can they get the conversions in time before the rest of the army is wiped out? And I'm not sure that's going to be the case.
I don't necessarily think that's a loss for Cool, though, as he moves back. With some of his monks actually going to get picked off a little bit, but most of them will survive. And, man, that battle can go either way. Maybe this will take a little bit of pressure off of ACCM. He did lose his castle, but should be able to rebuild his army now. Just as DauT goes into the next age.
I wonder if these guys are going to start trade anytime soon, because they really have to be hurting for gold at this point. But not really any in sight.
Castle's deploying onto Cool's... Sorry, Trebuchet's deploying onto Cool's castle. It's a little weird to deploy castles onto your opponent. But, you know, 1 Trebuchet going to go down. Viper holding this hill. No stone to doubt that a great hill to drop a castle
They
from.
do have market slow, but not...
Maybe one small weakness
no
in the
trade.
Persian army. We're not seeing a lot of siege from the Viper. We're really only seeing trebuchets, which are kind of slow to push.
Yeah, we have a castle agent for DauT finally. Huzzah! So, you know, he's getting there, he still needs a lot more time to get back into this game. But, you know, Viper really is going to just try and close this one out, I think, before DauT can even think about doing anything useful this game. And it's all going to be down to this elephant push.
I'm seeing more elephants from actually the VNS team. than the Viper in some points of the map. But Halberdier, you know, gonna get destroyed by elephants. What am I talking about? Jeez, this is so strong.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I really do have to question the elephant decision. As much as I love elephants, I feel like I think Paladins would have been way better.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because Viper never really got up to that 200, you know, pop mark. And until you get there, the Paladins are going to be so much faster. Like, yeah, they're not as tanky, but they're, you know, it's less bad if they get converted. And you really are able to push both players at the same time. And Viper, you know, as soon as he starts pushing Cool, ACCM starts to threaten him, and as soon as he starts to, you know, push ACCM, then Cool starts to threaten him, and the elephants are just so slow that they can't be everywhere at once, and the Paladins are going to be, you know, much better able to, you know, deal with all threats and raid, which the elephants are also incapable of doing.
I would really love to see this game and just undo everything and just switch it from, you know, elephants to paladins and see what kind of impact that would have on the game. I think it could really go either way. But you're right, the lack of mobility is definitely a problem with the Viper going 2 versus 1. If he was going 1 versus 1, it might be a little bit different, where the elephants could go in just one area, but you might be right on that.
Yeah, and of course the elephants are even more expensive than the paladins. I mean, just to upgrade and to produce constantly, and, well, now Viper's at 1 castle, so that's going to be not much elephant production. Viper, you know, even his last castle is under threat, and this is looking better and better for the Vietnamese team. It's just, you know, the more time passes that...
I think this is it, yeah.
Yeah.
DauT's going up to Imperial Age, but he's only on 30 villagers. Cool doesn't look like he can be stopped by the Viper, and ACCM doesn't look like he can be stopped by the Viper. So certainly both of them combined should be able to pull out the victory here. There's the GG. The Viper almost carrying this game for DauT, but not quite there. What do you think were some of the keys to this game?
Well, I think the Paladin, rather the lack of Paladin, is definitely one of the most important talking points. And then Viper kind of letting his teammate DauT die in the feudal age. Kind of questionable. Viper going for obviously just a massive boom and trying to carry it in the Imperial Age, but just not able to finish the game quickly enough.
For me, the key moment in that game was, again, ACCM towering that archer range, walling it in, getting the Siege Workshop out, getting the Mangonel out, you know, getting that early advantage versus DauT, and then doing the damage eventually in the end there. I think that was the biggest key to this game.
Yeah, that was just such a great move from ACCM, really just giving him a massive advantage over DauT in that sort of early to mid game. Viper just not really poised to do much to help his teammate out, and, well, you know, ACCM Cool able to hang on and able to take game 1.
All right, so the Vietnamese in a little bit of an upset against, you know, against the TyRanTs. We'll see if looks like DauT's probably going to stay in this game as well. Maybe we see a little bit better showing from the TyRanTs in this game. A little more teamwork. Certainly those town center positions didn't, you know, do them any favors this particular game. And they'll have to come back from a 1-0.
No. It's Nomad Battlegrounds. All right, we should be getting back into the game here. Welcome back to Nomad Battlegrounds. I am Ornlu, casting here with Nobody41. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing. I got more coffee, got more energy. It's how that works.
Pretty chill streak. Pretty chill casters, I must say. Pretty chill games.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting game 1, but yeah, just chill stream. Pretty early on in the morning.
Yes. Yeah, so they did have a little bit of pause here. Not sure what that's for.
Any TC shenanigans as far as you can tell? Don't think so.
No.
Apply direct to the forehead. No, it's actually.
Yeah, I don't know what the
coffee.
pause is for. Every time there's a pause, you always hold your breath.
I live in fear of pauses and restarts.
There needs to be like an Age of Empires minigame where you play during pauses for spectators. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're going. We're going, people.
Yay!
All right, so
It is currently
we're
10:12 a.m. for
game
me.
2 between the Vietnam team and the
But we
TyRanT
started at
team.
9, so I had to wake
Vietnam
up at
team took
7:45.
game 1. It is 1-0. And let's introduce the players. We have the Viper in yellow in about the center of the map playing as the Malay. These are reverse civilizations from game 1. And in the north of the map, directly in the middle as well, we have TyRanT DauT playing as the Indians.
Yep, and their opponents kind of forming a plus sign. We'll have Cool sort of in the east-ish, center-east-ish part of the map as the Red Ethiopians, and his teammate will be ACCM in the sort of southwest of the map as the Blue Persians. Or is that... No, that's purple. I'm colorblind, don't judge me.
And yeah, the plus function is a little bit interesting compared to the last map. Actually, it's more like the Viper is kind of in the middle there. So, do you think this is an advantage or disadvantage for the TyRanT team?
Yeah, of course, Lone. What's up? I think it should kind of even itself out. It's kind of like last game, right? Where you kind of have the players across from each other. No one really is like right next to each other.
I don't know. I think this might be an advantage for the Vietnam team. You know, the Viper might be a little bit choked for resources here. If ACCM or if Cool wants, they could just expand towards the back of their base. I suppose the Viper could expand towards the south, but I don't know.
You should. Yeah. Though I think the other thing to consider is that if Viper and DauT are able to just sort of 2v1, either Cool or ACCM, it doesn't really matter, it's going to be really hard for the other Vietnamese player to support his teammate. So, kind of works both ways, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at the players' maps. Maybe that'll help us decide a bit as
Yes.
Cool lames 2 deer now from the Viper.
Also, yeah,
So
Lone, just ask nobody in his
map.
chat.
He's got a gold that's very close
He's
by.
on the Boobly official
has a
channel.
boar, has only a few sheep, and not a whole lot of
I have no
food
idea.
next to him. But, and doesn't really, his stone's a little bit out there. So it's an okay map from the Viper. I'm going to look at DauT's map, and DauT has a stone next to him. A little bit of gold next to him, some wood and some food, and a pretty average map from him as well.
Looking at the Vietnamese player's map, Cool's map, he has a lot of wood near his TC, so not a lot of farming space early on, but lots of stone to the side, kind of shared somewhat with the Viper, but probably slightly favors him. And not a whole lot of food to be found, just a couple boar, few sheep. So, I don't know, again, fairly average. It's maybe slightly lower than average map because the gold is very far forward. But he does, I think, have... Yeah, he does have a gold way to the back of his base. So, yeah.
And then ACCM, pretty average-looking map as well. Just maybe lacking more of the stone there. So overall, none of these maps are really spectacular. Dock positioning as well. We have ACCM and Cool basically in the same area, but they have tons of fish there as well. And DauT going towards the north of the map with his dock. And the Viper has he placed the dock yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the Viper, the only player without... No, he's got a dock on the right side. It's a little bit hard to tell.
Ah, yes.
So the Viper and DauT, their docks are on complete opposite sides of the map. So there's a big rush distance there. But also they won't be able to defend themselves as much. So it's a little bit opposite of the land situation there. You know, with the players, you know, which players are in the middle. But overall, which player dock positions do you like?
I gotta give it to the Vietnamese players. They have this nice little bay here in the south of the map where they can, you know, fish quite comfortably. It doesn't really matter that their docks are fairly close to each other. They're not really going to, like, compete for any fish, as there is just plenty to be had here in the south of the map. But they're able to support each other very quickly with, you know, naval warships. Whereas Viper and DauT obviously cannot because they are, you know, across the map from each other.
I think so. Also, I would agree with you with the dock positions there. It's funny how sometimes the you know, the dock positions are nowhere even close to where the town center positions are.
Yeah.
And stream ended for me.
Oh boy, same.
So let's get out of this game. I wonder what the problem was.
I am just so ready for
And here we go, we're just back into the game. As if nothing happened, I suppose.
What technical difficulties? There weren't any technical difficulties.
No, of course not. We're just going to cut it for YouTube. That's all. So they won't know.
Exactly.
That's all that matters, really.
Oh, yeah. But Jake, the truth hurts sometimes.
So, yeah, the Viper can take some of these lame gear. No player, again, with any town center huge resource advantage, in my opinion. Maybe we'll go back on that a little bit later on in the game. A little bit of walling from Cool on the Viper. Continuing to wall a little bit. So we'll have to see how this plays out as they go into the Feudal Age.
Yeah, I think the rest of this Dark Age should be fairly standard. I mean, Cool obviously with the wall onto Viper, but it's not really the biggest of deals. Actually, he's going for it, man. Cool is going for this wall onto the Viper. On the right side of Viper's base, he's just building houses and palisades and wants to trap Viper in.
Yeah, but I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's going to be a big deal in this game, but you know, we'll see.
I mean, I don't think it will be a good thing for the VNS team, if anything, because Viper's probably not going to be trapped in.
Yeah, I don't see him like being too concerned about these walls. You're right. I mean, it's a bit of an investment to wall these off. It's not that much of an investment, to be quite honest, but I don't see it having a huge impact on this game.
I mean, I actually think it's a pretty reasonable investment. Wood is definitely a premium resource in the early game on this map, as you want to get your fishing ships out, and you already have, what, 4 houses, you know, villager idle time, effectively, palisades.
A little bit. Right now, fishing numbers even. Villager numbers pretty even, except for DauT has a 2-villager lead this time. Which is very nice for him. He should be up to the next age fairly quickly with that Indian bonus as well.
Though DauT is just building his... Wait, no, that's wrong. Sick, Voobly overlay lying to me. It's saying DauT's building his first dock as he's building his second dock.
Oh, stupid overlay.
But yeah, definitely a nice villager lead for him. Indians with the cheaper villagers. Sometimes on Nomad you have a little bit of food shortage every now and then, so with Indians it's going to be a little bit less of an issue as DauT just gets to do a nice
Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't you see like Indians is like the perfect civilization for DauT?
Oh yeah, DauT, very much a booming player, I would say. Loves to get up to a huge economy. Loves to just, you know, throw units into the meat grinder without much micro, and that's what Indians do.
The Viper going to be a full game time minute ahead of everyone else. Remember, the rush distance is pretty big on this map, so normally that could be a huge difference. I don't think it'll be a huge deal this time. The Viper may put a dock in the middle here, but it's not going to be before he gets to the Feudal Age.
Yeah, DauT has plenty of resources to click up, and he's luring another boar, so I think we'll actually likely see a fast castle from DauT, as he has 3 villagers on gold right now. And yeah, it's going to have a lot of food available to him with the 2 docks.
Yeah, fast castle's very, very likely, especially with that safe fish.
Yeah.
I'm going to check his fog of war a bit. I mean, it's a little bit blind because he doesn't know where his opponent's docks are. Maybe the Viper does, but that's either way. It's going to be a good decision with that rush distance. Can't see the docks either.
I think they have a good idea because, well, DauT hasn't seen any of his opponent's fishing ships yet, so he knows that the docks aren't like right there. And Viper, he sees the walls of Cool, obviously, and likely sees that ACCM is nearby as well, so they're probably just pinging to each other. They probably know that their docks are not next to each other at all.
Okay, so not surprising from the Viper, goes out with some fire galleys right away, but what is surprising, he did just pop up a market really quickly and bought 100 stone.
Interesting. He's going to be going over to the stone now. Is it going to be towers?
What? Why? I'm so confused.
It has to be towers. I mean, DauT's doing a fast castle, like 1000%, but I am bamboozled as to what Viper's doing.
I'm just like, I'm really bamboozled. Why would you buy 100 stone? Was that a misclick?
That's really the only explanation. I mean, but he's mining stone, but he's not building any towers. I'm so confused.
I mean, if DauT was a different civilization, I would say maybe he'd be slinging the stone to DauT, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, DauT does like his elephant archers.
Does he?
Oh,
Does
DauT
anyone
loves
like
elephant archers.
If there was a player that liked them, I bet it would be DauT.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's an archer that you don't have to micro. I mean, what's there not to love if you're DauT?
That's a great way of putting it.
However, ACCM is going to be the first player to castlate, going up on just 24 villagers. Obviously, Persians with the faster working TCs, faster working docks, will be getting up there nice and quickly. And don't really see a whole lot of infrastructure. He has some villagers wandering to the far west of the island, likely going to be just going for a boom, kind of like Viper in the last game.
This is that nice part about the docks being close together. We now have a fire galley from Cool and a fire galley from ACCM being able to defend here. The Viper getting one fishing ship and doing a little bit of damage, but it should be shut down from here on out. And
yeah,
DauT really not going to contribute too much. He's sending up 2 fire galleys from the north, but he'll be there in a minute. And we'll see what the strategy is going to be from DauT as he reaches the castle age.
Yeah, Viper's still mining stone with 3 villagers. Maybe he's, like, I don't know, if he's going up to the castle age, it's going to be pretty slow, considering the fact that he's so far away in terms of food. He's now building a barracks, but whatever he's doing, it's not terribly efficient, as DauT is going to be just going for the camels, as you would expect.
Yeah, I can't justify this any other way other than saying this is a mistake from the Viper. You know, buying stone, mining stone early. If you want to get a castle up, you tend to focus on clicking the upgrade and then mining stone heavy later on.
Yeah, certainly. Though ACCM, for his part, did not build a town center. He built a mill on the Deer in the far west of the map, so he's taking some hunting there. But it's going to be going for 1 stable, a couple scouts, and a couple camels, but a monastery for the monks, so that's pretty interesting.
A monastery tends to be a pretty good counter to camels as well as knights. DauT actually going for the 2nd town center right away, so 3rd town center right away, so he's going for a heavy boom. Maybe ACCM wants to put on a little bit of pressure with a monastery and cavalry push.
Well, he's building another town center, so it's not going to be that much pressure. You know, just a moderate amount of pressure. Could be some, like, 2 TC aggression. We do see that from time to time. Don't let this come so choppy. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's odd. Sorry, everyone. I think at my overlay might have been something weird with the overlay. Let me check again.
It's all good. Looks like the fire galleys of Cool have been cleaned up by Viper, so he will at least be able to save some of his fish. But DauT is currently on 17 fishing ships, guys. That is massive. He has already almost fished out the northern reaches of this map. And that's going to be some very inefficient ships very soon.
Okay, looks like everything's up and running again. Sorry for that error. But, yeah, ACCM. I have no clue what you just said, so go ahead.
No, I made a really bad pun, so don't worry about it.
Okay, should I go back and hear it again?
No, I just said that DauT has so many fishing ships in the north of the map that, you know, soon he's going to run out of fish and then his ships won't be very efficient.
Oh, because fish, and I got it.
And Lone, that is not the
so
the
DauT's
rules.
gonna put on actually gonna take down the monastery with his camels.
Someone could link in the
Attack
AoE
bonus
zone
versus,
post.
Buildings. Never seen that, you know, very practical before. And ACCM might actually take a really good fight here. Both his monks going down before any conversions though, and more reinforcements coming from DauT, and gonna be about an even trade.
Yes, it's going to be about an even trade, but that is going to favor DauT. So, yeah.
Yeah, the economy's much stronger from him.
Yeah, DauT's with a much stronger economy. He's currently, you know, 11 villagers ahead and 9 fishing ships ahead. So, obviously going to be massively in favor of DauT at this point. First fire ship going to be harassing DauT's fishing ships from Cool. So, DauT going to need to defend his fish a little bit, but up till this point, DauT has not suffered any sort of harassment to his fishing ships at all.
And so far, I'm really liking the TyRanT
Thanks,
position.
Pete.
The Viper's going to go up with his first castle. Villager numbers in favor of the TyRanTs as well. So stronger army, stronger military. Stronger military, stronger economy. So, you know, good position from the TyRanTs.
Yep, we also have a castle coming down here for Viper in the front of his base. Gonna be going for those Karambits most likely. Karambit's gonna deal with camels relatively well due to their lower armor, especially since the Persians do not get the Indian armor bonus for their camels. You're just gonna let the Karambits deal that much more damage.
Absolutely. DauT actually able to defend from those fire galleys, which I find a little bit surprising. That's certainly very good news for him. Meanwhile, in the south, pretty much all in water war, as both players upgrading to the war galley upgrade. You even see our first demo ship from the Viper is going to get a huge shot on all three fire ships. Unfortunately, they didn't all go down; they were just damaged. I wish the demo would give us a little bit something more to look at as they all go down. But what else can I say?
I, of course, totally missed that. Feels bad, man. But, yeah, interestingly, no Karambit production yet here for the Viper. Now moving up to 2 town centers, by the looks of things. So, again, not going up to that, like, huge economy, but still wanting to, you know, not do a 1 TC all-in.
I think it might be possible for the Viper maybe to go a fast imp with his castle position. I'm sure he'll have another castle upcoming soon. You know, can possibly some trebuchets could have some good map control with that.
Yeah, certainly. Trebuchets in these sorts of positions on Nomad really can just end the game. But we have a big old Wololo battle coming in here with some camels between Viper and, not Viper, DauT and ACCM. Seems like the numbers are going to favor ACCM a bit here.
Yeah, they should. I don't think we saw the best conversion from ACCM. Maybe a little bit of mismicro, because I expected a little more camels to be converted. But ACCM, with all those monks, he's got a Siege Workshop up as well, should be able to push this back. We're seeing DauT trying to transition maybe a little bit into pikemen as he's adding more spearmen. We'll have to see if he makes that full transition. And right now, ACCM with the higher military numbers, but I wouldn't be too concerned if I was DauT, because DauT has Castle coming up, oh boy, and has a few more villagers as well.
Yeah, I mean, DauT he needs to stay alive, right? He has a larger economy. He has more fishing ships that he's been able to save. Just building docks further and further, you know, west. Going to be continuing some rather efficient fishing. And, yeah, with this defensive castle...
Stop saying that!
No! I refuse! But,
Okay, so let's see if this is going to be a DauT castle. Castle 50% of the way up. 2 mangonels coming forward, but they're very exposed. Monks are lagging behind. And DauT's going to lose a few villages here, but those monks are just too slow.
Yeah, I mean, the camels should be able to clean these mangoes up, no problem here for DauT, and this castle should not, in fact, be a DauT castle.
It's gonna be close though, we have 4 villagers left, and no, he gets up. That was a missed opportunity from ACCM.
Yeah, definitely have to agree with that. He could have stopped it if he just was a little bit quicker to react, but... Viper is getting thalassocracy, a very fun tech to say, but that will get...
Very early to get. I've never seen it being researched this early in the game. How much is that worth right now, though? There's not a lot of fish on those docks. The Viper's actually going to go full fishing ships here, I think.
There's still no gill nets, making me cry. But getting the fish traps now. Malay, of course, with the infinity food fishing traps. Insane value over a long period of time. Or 624951311 food.
Oh my god. I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, in HD I believe it's just an infinity sign, but yeah, the food isn't going down,
HD
so...
master race.
Oh yeah, for sure. But people in chat are saying
coming
that...
up from DauT again in a little bit of a ballsy position. We do see Elephant Archer production though with fletching.
I told you, man.
Maybe the dream is real.
Told you DauT likes elephant archers. Also, apparently they're new monk skins. And yeah, it looks like they are.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, they look nice. But yeah, that actually.
And yeah, we're gonna see elephant
Indian
archers
monks.
from DauT, and cool could take into halberdiers potentially, but you know, maybe like an elephant archer hand cannon combo, maybe that could be effective.
Yeah, certainly. Cool should be getting up his castle, no problem, and he will. But yeah, 3 of the 4 players are currently on the way to the Imperial Age. The only one who is not is ViPer. But he'll, you know, with the faster melee age up, he should be able to get there in relatively good time as well. He almost has the resources. But yeah,
all 4 players about the same time will be up. And again, there's that forward castle from the ViPer, and we should see some trebuchets coming from it. So right now, 174 villagers for the TyRanT team, and 160 villagers for the VNS team. So still pretty close. A little bit of advantage for the TyRanTs. They definitely have 4 castles versus 1 castle.
Yeah, and I think, you know, a problem for the VNA team as this goes on is that it's going to be really hard for ACCM and Cool to support each other unless they're, you know, really sort of take down DauT's southernmost castle in the middle of the map. But a ViPer and DauT, they can coordinate each other's, you know, attacks with each other very easily.
Yeah, we'll see how much they focus on each player. If they're going to go double team 1 player or try to focus on it evenly. I will say, once again, we'll see how these thalassocracy docks do, but this is one of the, you know, advantages and disadvantages of fishing. It's very, very efficient, but on the other hand, those fishing ships can go down quite quickly.
Yeah, of course, the harbors will provide some, you know, a good amount of protection, I'd say. They deal pretty good damage to ships, and will at least ward away any marauding fire ships for, you know, unless they're in massive numbers.
I assume they take that upgrade that no one ever researches. What is it, heated shot?
Yes, heated shot. They do benefit from heated shot.
Okay. So a lot of upgrades coming in on the top right here. Even some monk technologies from ACCM, a lot of archer technologies from Cool, and DauT going heavier and heavier into elephant archers. They need to take this seriously because these are, you know, pretty strong units, although not very mobile. But I think Halberdier were definitely, maybe even monks would be the best option for these.
Yeah, something that is kind of weird for elephant archers is they have -2 armor against archers, I believe. So that...
Really? Do they?
I believe that's the case.
Why? You mean skirmishers or regular archers?
Here, I'm gonna tech the check tree, because I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
Ornlu, did I lose you?
Wait, sorry. Yeah, they have -2 armor against anti-archer damage, so yeah, there you go.
Oh, skirmishers. Okay.
Yeah, skirmishers.
That makes sense, because they're cavalry archers.
But yeah, elephant archers obviously going to be doing work against these arbalests. They're just so much more population efficient, so much more tanky. That,
yeah, as we said before, you're going to need halberdier or monks to deal with this. Cool should have never stood there and fought them. You think of the elephant archer as a kind of like a war wagon with, you know, cost different resources, cost food instead of wood.
Yep, I definitely agree. I think the war wagon is the best analogy for this unit. Both, interestingly, have a bonus attack versus buildings. So despite the elephant archer just firing a simple arrow, it actually does deal bonus damage against buildings. Not a whole lot, but they're not totally ineffective versus buildings. And hand cannons and bombard cannons are not going to be the answer against elephants, just the monks for ACCM.
Someone in my chat saying they are trolling, and I don't think they are trolling. I think this is pretty legitimate. You know, trolling with respect to the elephant archers and the DauTs.
No, I don't think it's trolling. I think ViPer and DauT are experimenting, I would say.
Slight difference there.
There is a difference, because the trolling implies that you don't really care if you win or lose, and you're just going to do whatever you want. You're just going to go for meme strats. But I don't think these are like necessarily meme strats. I think these are just untested strats. You know, these guys think these strats have potential, but obviously haven't really played with them that much. So that's, I think, actually an important distinction.
I would agree with that. And on the other hand, also, you know, ACCM, Cool, not really, you know, with the elephant archers, really not, you know, making the appropriate counters, in my opinion. So, on their end, you can ask the same question.
Yeah, certainly. And now with DauT having elite elephant archer, there are going to be some pretty tanky boys right there. And unless they get converted, I don't really see anything that can stop them at all.
Yeah, and now we have Faith coming in from DauT, so that's going to make that even a little bit harder.
Yeah, certainly. I think this elephant archer choice makes a lot more sense than ViPer's elite war elephant choice last game. DauT just needs to hang on to his castles right now against the bombard cannons of ACCM.
Well, the elephant archer, it's a little easier to go into. They're cheaper than war elephants, and for that reason, might be a little more legitimate.
Yeah, and because they're a ranged unit, you can kind of preserve their numbers a bit more easily.
Anyway, no real changes in army composition right now. Looks like we're sticking with these army compositions. And we'll just have to see how they do. This position for DauT's very nice. He's got castles on top of the hills. And it's just going to push in very shortly. ACCM got a lot of bombard cannons, really trying to push back. Now DauT might even add camels into this mixture, or Hussar. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I saw a light cav upgrade come in, though I think it was for DauT, just to add a good raiding unit to his army. But DauT is under threat from all sides right now. A ton of trebuchets out for cool right now. I think that's, what, 4?
Oh my god, look at the Viper's base. Look at how many karambits he has.
Oh, that is a number of karambits, and that number is 45.
Look at the Viper's food!
Yeah, yeah, fishing ships with gill nets are good, man. He has 46 fishing ships right now.
Oh my god! I think this game might draw some people's attention.
I hope that this game demonstrates the beauty, the power of fishing ships with gill nets.
This is ridiculous, though. This is 3.5.
Yeah.
This is 3.5 food. The Viper has 50 villagers. Pretty ridiculous.
All I can say to that is, yep. It's pretty insane. These karambits, they're not quite fully upgraded, but they're sort of approaching there. And, like Viper, the karambits are so cheap. Remember, this is not played...
Look at DauT, too! DauT is under the castle. Oh my god.
Oh my god. This game is so over.
GG, and Cool hasn't even seen the karambits.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, this is not played on the ECL balance patch, so there are absolutely, no nerfs to these karambits, no food and wood cost increase, or food and gold, rather. So Viper with about 150 karambits right now. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of dead arbalests very quickly.
So from this game, it's a little bit hard to tell.
Thank you for the resub to Santiago. Welcome back to the Wolfpack.
It's hard to tell if it's overpowered.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, man. Really appreciate it.
The Elephant Archer, or if it's just players did not react appropriately. For example, Cool and ACCM playing against a Malay player, not really challenging the water.
Yeah, I think that's always something worth considering. Is they probably just had no idea that Viper had these fishing ships. And
yeah, man, a little bit of a shocking fashion. Certainly a very eye-opening game, but the TyRanT's taking this game and going to even up the series.
Both these teams got a series on our hands.
Yes, we do.
Hello, Halit. Welcome back to the stream, and again, thank you so much for the resub to Santiago. Really do appreciate it. Hope you've enjoyed that weird-ass game.
Yeah, we have TaToH being promoted, yeah, what's going on here? The Viper's going to sit out. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Game 3. We have a tied series between the TyRanTs and the Vietnamese team. Let's introduce the teams as they place down their town centers. I'm joined by my co-caster, Ornlu, and pretty good series so far.
Yeah, and I just want to say that for the record, I was right. Italians and Malay for both players, or Italians and Malayans for both players, both teams.
Yeah, so this game was choose civilization between some of the strongest nomad civilization. We had Italians, Malayans. We also had Chinese, Persian, Spanish, and Mayans. And both teams chose the same civilization. So there's a little bit of consensus here that we believe Malayans and Italians are probably the strongest nomad civs at this current balance. With that said, let's introduce our players. We have VNS Cool playing in green in the south. And in purple, we have ACCM playing as the Malayans. over more towards the right side and take it away.
Oh, I was just gonna say, this is possible. I don't know if this is an admin re. They're real close to each other. DauT being, you know, within one screen of ACCM, like easily within one screen.
Again, I didn't read the rules, but I don't think it's an admin re. The rule would have to specifically state the town centers cannot be within one screen of each other. But we'll have to see.
DauT's probably going over to lure this boar very quickly, and he'll see. Oh no! DauT taking a little bit of arrow fire from the TC, and the TC for DauT isn't quite up yet. Hopefully this villager can escape in time. One more hit and she'll die, but she'll be okay. So this is...
I might be... I'm at 325 right now.
I guess you're like 2 seconds ahead of me.
Okay. Anyway, I thought that boar was going to run back, actually able to get it. So DauT's able to place his town center here. And we didn't introduce yet TaToH, who's the new addition now. He's replaced TheViper. And TaToH taking some shore fish. He's over on the left side of the map.
Obviously, fish, a very valuable mining commodity. It's why, you know, you see it in...
Use your pickaxe, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, everyone knows that the villagers, they carry with...
Oh, God.
Carry, I suppose.
You totally roboted out there for me. But, yeah, I agree with whatever you said.
Awesome. You make an excellent co-caster, Ornlu. Alright, so we have another pause here. I hope it's another Voobly drop. Last time we had ACCM with a drop. Or no, not a drop, a crash.
Or is this them discussing the admin re?
Possibly, yeah. Anyway, while they're doing that, let's take a look at their maps. This is a little bit more time to analyze their maps. DauT has a lot of gold next to him. He's got the wood. He should, when he finds these sheep, have enough food. So that's a good start for him.
What the hell, man?
ACCM on the right side.
Yeah, I mean, DauT does have the extra boar, as well as this huge deer patch to the right of his base that I honestly think is very much worth milling in a little bit. Also with access to lots of stone.
Oh, God. Yeah, that is, yeah. So that's as good as a map as you get. That's a lucky town center for DauT.
Yeah, certainly. Also, worth noting is that, well, Cool and TaToH are really far away from each other land, you know, as far as land goes, but in terms of water, they're very close to each other, so that could see some interesting early water shenanigans, as, you know, TaToH's town center is in easy range of any ships of Cool, potentially, as his dock is very close.
Yeah, you always want to be very hesitant towards the, well, really you want to be hesitant towards placing your town center on the line. It means you could lose it early on to, you know, galleys and lose villagers and, you know, not have a great start there. But also, one of the small benefits for the early game, TaToH able to take the shore fish right away. And there's plenty of deer in that area as well.
Yeah, certainly, certainly. Cool does have 3 boar, so he'll be fine. So yeah, everyone I think does have, reasonable access to food. Right?
Except for maybe ACCM.
Except for ACCM, who's just in a horrible, horrible position. With
so advantage to the TyRanT team. TaToH's got his dock towards the north as well. So I don't even know if he's got to place a dock towards the south. It's very interesting, actually. Doesn't want to lose water again for those reasons that we mentioned before. And where are the other 2 docks? It looks like DauT going to place a dock towards the south. And where is ACCM's dock?
Looks like he's wandering to the north-ish?
Yeah, so he hasn't placed it either.
Yeah. It actually will be very close to TaToH's dock.
And I think the game should be going smoothly from here on out, hopefully.
Well, we all have dreams.
You gotta stop being such a pessimist, Ornlu. Come on.
Nah, I'm just joking.
I'm about to say, if DauT places this dock right there with the southern villager,
Oh
in the
god,
back right corner,
that would be such a bad dock.
that would be such a DauT dock.
That would be a DauT dock. He's building a house over there, so obviously he wants to, you know, build it somewhere close. I think DauT was hoping that, you know, there would be water fully surrounding the island, but obviously that's not going to be the case, so he's going to need to wander a little bit further south to get a good dock location. I think Viper had to leave bomb
so
A
a bit of
Gypsy.
race for all the players to go up to the next age. In the previous games, we did see at least one player going for the fast castle with, you know, good resource start for them. We'll have to see this game. Cool, tons of fishing out already. 4 fishing ships. The next closest is TaToH with 2. So he should be up in a very good time. He's playing as the Italians as well. TaToH, of course, playing as the Italians as well. So both Italian players with a lot of food, and they should be up shortly.
Yeah, and, you know, getting the quicker feudal age time is so important on this map because, well, it means you can get fishing ship or fire ships out to kill your opponent's fishing ships very quickly. And Italian's going to be very easily able to get up fast due to cheaper fishing ships and a cheaper age up. Just good
This
news
is
all
great
around.
teamwork from the VNS team. Cool has, you know, frankly, too much food. He doesn't need all that food. And he's going to tell Cool where the boar is, and Cool is able to, ACCM is able to lure the boar, so he has enough food to get up to the next age.
Yeah, good teamwork is definitely a hallmark of the Vietnamese players. As you said earlier, they have been playing together for years, so definitely very good coordination between them, and I definitely like that move of sharing the love of giving a boar to your teammate if you are Cool. And yeah, soon we're cooking
That
up pretty
said,
soon.
this is still pretty tough for ACCM, though. It's still going to be a while before he gets up.
Well, yeah, his map is really bad. However, looks like DauT's at a pretty low villager count. It's at 16. Everyone else is between 17 and 19 for TaToH, who's at the highest, as well as 6 fishing ships. So this is kind of a bit of a slow start for DauT, it seems.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I don't see a dead body anywhere near his town center. That's really odd to be down 2 or 3 villagers, you know, at the stage of the game.
And down 2 fishing ships to
Yeah.
Cool. Or not Cool, ACCM.
We talked about players that sometimes aren't consistent, and DauT might be one of those players. Although I think it's due to it's just due to focus. I think if this is a game where everything's on the line, I think DauT's as good as anyone else.
Yeah, certainly. And I think DauT had a pretty rough start to begin with. He didn't get his TC up as quickly as he wanted because of trying to get that boar. And then, yeah. Interestingly, he's going to be the first person
That
to
said, DauT's
click up.
messed up the feudal age.
And he's going over to Stone, so Towers could really rain on ACCM's parade here, potentially. Stone, for ACCM, is pretty far to the north, but he should have, I think, reasonable access to it.
Yeah, he's probably going to go for it right here, I assume. Obviously knows they know how close each other are on this map. Other players going up to the next age, everyone going up to the next age. I'm wondering if any of these players have enough resources for a fast castle. I assume Cool should.
TaToH as well. Yeah, I mean, Castle Age, fairly cheap for the Italians. I believe it's like 680 food.
Yes.
And like 120 gold? No, 180 gold or something. Yeah. It's cheap. It's cheap.
It's good. It's a good bonus. So, DauT definitely going to drop some towers here. He's got that town center, you know, will help him to defend that first tower as he gets up. He's also walling in the stone, one of the stones of ACCM. ACCM probably doesn't care about that, though, because he's got stone in the north. DauT probably did not scout that. As we all know, scouting is so important on Nomad and so hard to do.
Yeah, certainly, and ACCM probably knows that it's coming. DauT up to the feudal age now. Tower is instantly going to be on the way for him, and ACCM just, again, being 25 seconds slower, that's going to make a massive difference, though. DauT not walling in his villagers with this tower.
Yeah, that first tower in the south, from DauT, really not effective. It's a good stepping stone. But, you know, ACCM could defend it. He's actually going to place his first tower on the right side and deny some of that wood from DauT. I would have liked to see... Oh, there we go. Tower from ACCM on the left. And ACCM, with these first 2 towers, I'm liking these positions.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The tower on the right not only helps defend ACCM's base, but it also puts pressure onto DauT's wood and gold. And then the tower on the right just helps defend ACCM's wood and berries. So really like those choices for ACCM, though DauT does have an outpost way at the back of ACCM's base.
Yeah, that villager is definitely a little bit of a threat. If ACCM can spot that villager and prevent these villagers going north from putting down another tower, this will be a successful defense from ACCM.
Yeah, certainly. Though the question is, how is ACCM going to be getting food? He has 7 fishing ships out right now, but not exactly any close big fish, whereas DauT has that huge patch of deer at the back that have all been lamed, apparently. That's so sad. I missed that. Wow, that is a lot of dead deer.
That is a massacre.
That's just the deer apocalypse.
The deer apocalypse? That's great.
But yeah, TaToH almost up to the castle age even. He's going to be up at 1729, which is so fast for a Nomad start.
Yeah, that's, you know, it's much harder to get up fast on Nomad because, you know, I have to place down your town center and everything like that. But that's such a great start from him.
Yeah, so the question is, what is TaToH going to do upon hitting the castle age? And I don't really know. Could be a ship focus for him. Cool does have plenty of fire galleys out. TaToH with a few to defend, but not
alright, DauT doing some damage here. That tower was really devastating on ACCM's woodline just as that lumber camp goes up. Now DauT's going to go for a little bit of YOLO play, try to take down this tower. There's 2 weak villagers in that tower. ACCM going to place down another tower. I would guess this would be a successful defense from ACCM. And we'll see if ACCM can pick off any of these villagers. But that said, those villagers are within range of DauT's tower.
You know, DauT and castle, it just kind of goes together, right? But yeah. A definitely interesting tower here for ACCM, or rather for DauT. Going to be denying ACCM's woodline, going to be killing a few villagers by the looks of things.
And this tower should stay up with the repair down behind. And that'll be another successful defense from ACCM. So both players, they have one tower that's doing some good damage. The rest of the towers just establishing a little bit of map control. And with that, I don't think there'll be that much more aggression here. Both players will be very slow to get to the castle age, but I don't think there'll be too much more from these players as we can focus on the castle age players now.
Yeah, I mean...
TaToH?
Oh, I was just going to say, DauT is currently only at 20 villagers and 0 fishing ships. So, you know, ostensibly, it's, you know, they're relatively even, but DauT is super far behind in economy, and so it's very much going to be relying on his teammate TaToH to sort of swing this game back into the TyRanT's favor.
Well, he did have that DauT dock in the south, and apparently that didn't really work out too well for him. So, was really relying on that fishing food, I assume. Obviously, DauT has 7 deaths, so maybe I missed some fishing ships going down there. And of course, Deer Apocalypse on the right, so not able to get a lot of food that way. Yes. And yeah, DauT's done some really yeah, definitely. He's you know, made some not great positionings on some things, and also not focused on getting enough food.
With that said, though, fire ship from TaToH is getting some nice kills onto ACCM's fishing ships, and they are just walking right into this fire ship. Oh man, just now ACCM realizing it, but he's already lost so many of his fishing ships. Yeah.
So he's actually at -1 fishing ships according to my overlay. Okay, it went back to normal. But ACCM, I think he'll be okay. Better position than DauT right now. So looking at TaToH versus Cool, TaToH certainly has a big score lead right now. Big villager advantage. And on water, looks like has a big advantage there also.
Yeah, TaToH is looking to be in a really good position this game. I think Cool went for a much more aggressive Feudal Age Fire Galley play than TaToH did.
Yeah.
But it just didn't do that much damage, and TaToH was able to get to the Castle Age quite comfortably, and really just, you know, take it, and has a fantastic KD so far.
Yeah, TaToH's got 3 town centers up as well. Cool, looks like he's going to try to reestablish water control. We'll see if he's able to be successful with that. He might not have any fishing ships left. But, yeah, we'll have to see how it goes from here.
But, yeah, it's Cool's getting in the Castle Age now, so he can at least make some fire galleys of his own. But, you know, really it's down to DauT being in just an absolutely horrible position right now. And I feel like ACCM will at least be able to get up to the Castle Age in a, you know, relatively reasonable time. Whereas DauT, he's still going to be miles away.
Oh god, this tower from ACCM. If you can get another tower up behind this,
Okay, thanks,
this
Bombay
tower is
Gypsy. I'll
really
look into it after this
devastating
game.
as it is. Taking away a few of the farms, even, and the stone mine of DauT. So DauT's in a world of hurt right now.
Oh yeah, as Pete said in my chat, this is somewhat reminiscent of Game 1. It's going to be
Little bit, yeah.
a bit unfortunate here for DauT, just kind of being cut off from his teammate.
ACCM actually looks like he'll have a good shot at reestablishing water control, but the problem is that TaToH has not invested as much in water and is in fact investing more into his land economy.
Yeah, TaToH is definitely getting his boom on. He is, you know, 6 villagers ahead of ACCM, 15 ahead of Cool, and that is on top of TaToH's 13 fishing ships, which no one comes close to for the VNA team. It's going to be...
Yeah, they're all in the north there.
Yeah, but massive, massive economy lead here for TaToH. He could definitely get a huge power spike pretty quickly.
So yeah, you're right. Similar to the other game, TaToH will have to bail DauT out, as TaToH probably goes into the Imperial Age. As he goes into the Imperial Age, we'll probably be seeing a lot of that cheap gunpowder from the Italians, I assume. The Italians don't get halberdier, or maybe we'll see knights. So, what do you think we'll see from TaToH?
Italians, of course, have a very diverse military tech tree, but no halberdier, as you said before. I think, yeah, hand cannoneers plus bombard cannons is going to be a pretty reasonable choice, I think, for TaToH. Just cheaper units, they're good units in the Imperial Age, and they can really just destroy any Castle Age army. So I think that's going to be a pretty good choice here for TaToH. What's DauT's eco like?
And ACCM is going to be up to the next age, not surprisingly, much faster than DauT. DauT is getting pretty close, that said. And we'll have to see it. So it's basically ACCM and Cool might have to hold a little bit against TaToH in the coming few minutes.
Yeah, certainly, but, I mean, ACCM is at least getting up to the Castle Age, so...
Yeah, ACCM should have Castle, too.
Yeah, definitely. Getting plenty of stone. Of course, Cabetos are going to perform quite poorly against hand cannoneers if that's what TaToH chooses to make, but don't really see many military production facilities here for TaToH, just a monastery.
A little bit of a late wheelbarrow from TaToH. Going to slow him down a little bit. And water's still pretty even, surprisingly. No, my bad. My bad. TaToH's got complete control of the water. Couldn't see the colors there.
TaToH's doing just fine on the water. Even getting a few villager kills onto ACCM with some fire galleys.
And there we go, DauT clicking up to the next stage. First thing on ACCM's wish list is going to be that Bodkin arrow for his towers. And yeah, he's going to get that castle up. DauT's going to build a tower in defense. Do you think that he's going to be able to stop this?
No.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not even close. Yeah, ACCM investing a lot of villagers into this castle, and that is very much the correct choice, because once this castle goes up, DauT's going to go down, and the castle's going to easily destroy DauT's TC, and once again, we may have to see a bit of a, you know, pilgrims migration with villagers in a transport.
This is going to be the DauT signature. Signature on Nomad. I'm so glad we're watching DauT right now on Nomad. It's so entertaining whenever we watch him on any map, because you never know what you're going to get.
We're getting something here, and right now for DauT, it's going to be a lot of Gebettos in his face pretty soon, probably.
Yeah, we'll get into any of those corners where there aren't towers already. Maybe be able to run past towers. What does this castle accomplish, by the way? Protects ACCM's town center, takes away 2 golds, destroys 3 towers, destroys 1 town center, and also keeps DauT off of a few farms. I think that's a pretty effective castle.
That's what I call some hashtag value. Though notably for TaToH, he is getting 3 ranges up right now, so with him about to get the resources to click up, with him about to get the resources to click up, hand cannons are very much likely going to be coming soon here for TaToH. Why is
no, crossbows actually.
Oh, interesting. Obviously, Italians do have very good crossbows.
Italians, they get some pretty good, a pretty good archer line as well as hand cannons. Not very common in most civilizations to get good hand cannons and archers. But what do you think the reason is for going for the archers over hand cannons? Do you think it's right?
I think it's a perfectly fine choice.
Are cheaper though.
They're cheaper, and you can start massing them out now. You don't have to wait for the Imperial Age, you don't have to wait for chemistry. You can just start getting them right now. So
yeah, but you still have to get all the upgrades. I don't think they're that much cheaper because the Italian put discount on gunpowder, but you know, this is the choice that he's gone to go for. Certainly a little bit more versatile, maybe, but I don't know. I think I would have preferred hand cannons.
Condos would not be a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I know personally I would have gone for hand cannons as well, but with 5 ranges and crossbows on the way, TaToH definitely wanting to go for those archer units, which, you know, I still think it's a reasonable choice. I don't think it's a bad choice by any means. I think condos would have been a really bad choice.
Yeah, certainly not as strong as they used to be. ACCM getting up another castle, so he's going to go full Gabito production. It's an okay castle positioning. We'll be able to push DauT further and further into the corner of the map. DauT, he's got to migrate somewhere. This is not going to work out. I would do it sooner rather than later this time. I would take, you know, you got 37 villagers, try to get away with as many as possible. The problem, I mean, if you get into TaToH's water space, I suppose that's okay. So I would do that right now. Yeah,
the problem for him is that the closest shoreline is guarded by a fire ship of Cool. And the north of the map it's a pretty long distance for him to get to a place where he can rebuild. But, yep, Imperial Age is going to be coming in for Cool here quite soon. He is also going to be going down the crossbow line. So maybe that's why these players went for crossbows as opposed to hand cannons. Obviously, the Arbs are going to do well against the hand cannons as they fire much faster and more accurately.
This will be big if Cool gets this castle up on the left side. TaToH does not have all the upgrades for his crossbows. They were actually on even upgrades, and Cool's actually going to get this castle up.
Yeah, he will, and that's going to be in a pretty nice position, and denies a little bit of wood of TaToH as well as a gold. But TaToH with the faster Imperial Age, but no castle. So without chemistry coming in just yet, he's going to need to wait a little bit before he can get some bombard cannons out.
Yeah, again, going to that decision, not going to chemistry right away. No siege out for TaToH quite yet. And so both players going down the crossbow line, interestingly enough. Now Skirmisher being added from Cool. I really like this decision. This castle is way too... Oh, no, it's a siege workshop, my bad. But, yeah, the Skirmisher is definitely a good thing. Bombard cannons will really be what decides this archer war, though.
Yeah, certainly. Also, with the castle, Cool has access to the Pavis technology for his... archer line, giving him that extra 1/1 armor. So, pretty good. Actually does help a lot in like the Arbalest shootout. But looks like it's going to be mostly a skirmisher focus here from Cool at this point, which is, I think, pretty understandable.
I'm a little surprised DauT actually was able to survive that Gabito raid just with his towers and I guess a mangonel. So DauT's still at 40 villages now, going to get up a castle. He's going to try his best to hold on the side, or as we said before, die less slowly. But this castle, it's going to be a DauT castle.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing? Go back!
Sigh. But yeah, looks like it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade for ACCM here with his mangonels and with the Gabetos here. That is very much the definition of a DauT castle right there.
On the bright side for TyRanT, TaToH is clearly much stronger than Cool. TaToH with the help of, 30 fishing ships as well. Much better economy, much stronger army. Has all the advantages here against Cool. Will, you know, ACCM be able to contribute here against TaToH before it's too late?
I'm not sure, because it's going to be a matter of how slowly can DauT die, and I think that DauT castle might have been the deciding factor in that, because, well, DauT's going to die a lot faster, because it's going to be just down to mangonels for him to defend, and that's always a, you know, iffy prospect, so it's going to be, I think...
Another DauT castle! Another one!
Oh god, where is this?
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to see a huge mangonel shot. Micro DauT,
oh,
micro.
Yeah. Oh, that could have been a Tim castle almost.
Okay, so Gabito's going to pick up a few villagers. One mangonel did go down. Going to make another attempt at this castle. Well, at least this one villager is. 2 villagers. Going to go for it. Here we go.
But,
oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, this is such a massacre.
Well, the problem is if the castle goes up, who cares? What difference does it really make? Does it make a big difference? Probably not.
I mean, not really. I mean, DauT has almost no economy. And
the best thing that DauT is doing right now is just keeping these Gabitos here, and I suppose not helping Cool, but I think ACCM might have enough with the combination of Cool to be able to push TaToH back.
Maybe, but right now it's currently, 18 military for ACCM, 20 for Cool. TaToH's at 63, and at effectively like 135 villagers or so. That is going to be pretty hard to overcome, at least in the short run, as more barracks are coming down, and I guess TaToH is going to be going for condos, which of course deal with skirmishers quite well.
This one's actually going to get up, and DauT's going to be alive for a while.
Oh yeah,
I see. Doing well, but he'll be alive.
Yeah, he'll at least be alive, and hopefully for the TyRanT team, this will sort of pull ACCM into trying to finish killing DauT, whereas give TaToH plenty of time to wipe off Cool from the face of the earth.
DauT is going Imperial. What?
Yep.
What? The sad thing is he can actually get a trebuchet out and do some damage.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's going to be there faster than Cool, or not Cool, ACCM, and just it would take a lot of Gabetos to snipe a trebuchet, but even then they're going to suffer massive losses.
Look at the Imperial TC.
Oh, DauT. If this TC goes down,
this is setting up for a disaster.
Yeah.
Gonna go for the castle. If he gets the castle up, he'll be okay. There's no way you can repair that town center forever. Gonna bring in those stone miners from the south. They are just sacrifices.
Yeah.
92%. Here we go. 95.
Why am I so far
97.
behind?
1 villager, 2 villagers. 98%. Yes.
Oh god, this castle too.
Are you watching this, Ornlu?
I am, but I'm a little bit behind you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh man, that's so unfortunate.
Oh, 9 villagers, but he got the castle up and he's in Imperial Age. Oh man.
Wait, he is?
Yeah. Oh no.
No, he's not.
No, he's in Castle Age. God damn it.
I was getting real confused there. Yeah, DauT lost his TC when he was at like 66% to Imperial Age.
I was still looking at the overlay. I just assumed because I was so distracted by the castle.
Yeah.
It's okay. He'll rebuild it. He'll go back up to Imperial Age. Don't worry.
Yeah.
He's got everything under control. Everything's under control.
Yeah, you do get your resources back if your TC gets destroyed when you're researching, whatever age up, or that goes for any building. But yeah, DauT did get that Imperial Age denied, unfortunately for him, but he got the castle up. But maybe this will give ACCM time the time he needs to cook up himself.
That was a heavy sacrifice. My God. But I don't know. Are they going to be able to stop TaToH now? Now it's pretty simple now. I mean, I guess you can ignore DauT from the time being now, and ACCM should go ahead and focus on TaToH.
Yeah, I mean,
ACCM has 5 military holding them.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, Cool has, I think, been given enough time to sort of catch up to TaToH. I mean, he's actually ahead of TaToH in terms of villagers, of course, being down a ton of fishing ships, but, I mean, military count going to be pretty similar between these two guys.
I mean, the economies are pretty close. TaToH has not chosen to go for the fish traps like the Viper surely would have done. So that's a little bit, those fishing ships are not very efficient right now. And yeah, Cool has definitely caught up quite a bit. Not as much army value, a lot more gold units for TaToH, but certainly I think Cool should be able to hold this, hopefully.
Well, ACCM's castle is now under threat, as DauT is actually getting some Gabetos of his own to ward away ACCM's Gabetos, and now ACCM's getting the old crunch right now, as DauT's army's in the south, and ACCM, or rather TaToH's army's in the north, and ACCM's
DauT
looking
is going to get a third castle. Wow.
a bit unfortunate.
Oh my god, so many villagers going down from Cool 2 under this castle. Cool, pay attention! Pay attention, Cool!
Oh man.
These games are games for the ages. This series is incredible.
I mean, this is a fantastic series so far. I mean, 2v2 is my favorite team game mode, and I don't know, I feel like they always produce such good games.
This is real fun. This is a lot of fun. So variable, anything can happen. So many base trade scenarios, too. This is really great.
Yeah, and it looks like DauT will be able to get to the Imperial Age this time.
But there's no more castles to take down. This is trebuchet. TaToH's done all the work for him.
Yeah, come on.
We have a... Let's just step back for a second. This is an 8-villager Imperial Age.
Yep.
Let that sink in for a second. DauT has performed in a tournament game with $1,500 on the line in 8-villager Imperial Age. That is incredible.
Truly the pinnacle of Age of Empires skill right there. But anyway,
I can't believe this. This is so great.
TaToH's coming in here with some Cavalier to try and kill some skirmishers, but this is a pretty healthy army size for Cool, who's chilling at around 64, 65 military. That could be a bit of a problem for the TyRanTs to deal with, as TaToH really hasn't been able to push Cool out of the game when he had his advantage.
This Cavalier transition is really strong. This is the perfect unit right now, as you know, the Italians are not going to be able to get out their Genoese crossbowmen. No Halberdier, of course. ACCM, however, is going to transition to monks, which is a great choice also. So yeah, I don't know. TaToH's been pushed back a little bit, losing a bit of momentum. And I think a little bit more of the momentum going into the VNS side. That said, the scores do lie. I've noticed this on Nomad maps. The scores do lie all the time. So we'll see. Yeah,
I mean, TaToH's score is just monstrous right now because he has such a huge eco and is, you know, at about 200 population and has researched a bunch of technologies, but right now he just doesn't seem to be in a good position to kill anybody, as all of these monks here will help defend against the Cavalier, and, well, ACCM's clicking up to Imperial Age.
Yeah, this army, it's really dependent on the micro. You know, we have archers here, mangonels, and monks. Very vulnerable army if you don't get a good engagement. And right now, ACCM losing a lot of his units to bombard cannons. Gonna pick off one, though, and gonna push in. This might be a little bit... I would stay back for now and really hug the hill until the Imperial Age comes in.
Yeah, and it looks like Castle is under heavy fire for DauT. 2 trebuchets of Cool working away at it, and... because DauT is currently chilling at 13 villagers, he's not going to do a whole lot to help out his teammate, and this is, I think, actually looking pretty bad for the TyRanTs.
Faith coming in from TaToH. We've seen that upgrade in every game so far, surprisingly. And now that Imperial Age is coming in, I think the Vietnamese team will look to be pushing out.
Yeah, Cool just throwing down more and more castles to secure some crucial gold mines, but... yeah, TaToH just not really able to clean up the armies of Cool when he had the advantage, and I can't, like, state that enough. It's now Cool with 86 military.
I can say this, DauT is certainly being very annoying. He's got some Mali and Condottiero, which are very strong, and he's holding his ground for the most part, even doing a little bit of raiding onto Cool. So DauT certainly has something to say about this.
Yeah, and that's
definitely pushing him through the front.
I mean, that's definitely something you want to do in a team game. Even if you're pretty dead, you can at least do a bit of raiding, make your opponent's life difficult. You know, they have to be focusing on 20 different things at once, whereas you have to be focusing on, like, 3 different things because you're, you know, dead. So, definitely something that is a good idea for DauT to do. Though we do see the Men-at-Arms upgrade coming in for ACCM, and I do predict a potential Champ Scarl transition for our purple Vietnamese player here.
It'll be very good as long as with TaToH can make hand cannons. I think the Malians have so many different options available to them that their swordsman line is a little bit underrated. We don't see it as much as maybe we should, but it should be a fairly strong option, especially in a nice combined army.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the right choice, though? I mean, the thing is, ACCM doesn't really have much of a food economy going.
And it's definitely going to be a problem for him. Also, he really needs to make sure he keeps his monks alive. But Yeah, just getting all these monk attacks as soon as he hits Imp. But the thing is, I think with Malians, again, sort of a plus for them on Nomad maps, is that unlike Arabia team games where you can really just sort of like power up to like a massive, like gold-intensive Deathball army of like Mangudais and Paladins and stuff, that's a lot harder on Nomad because you just don't really have trade going most of the time. So the sort of like mid-Imperial Age where Malians are the strongest is a lot more valuable than on Arabia where, you know, the Malians really tend to fall off because they don't have that sort of killer late-game Deathball army.
Another thing that has to be said is probably the Swordsman, very slow unit. Nomad's a very
Hi,
small
Uncle
map,
Chips.
so you're able to just push in straight to the front, and speed is maybe not as important. Yeah, that's still being very annoying. It looks like he's going to lose another castle, though, and is this finally the end of DauT?
This appears to be the end of DauT. He's going to be down to a big 0
Those chance
castles.
scrolls are so strong, though. I would like to see something other than skirmishers here in the army for cool.
That's very true.
Not chance scrolls, the condottiers.
Yeah.
Oh, I might get a cleanup here, actually.
Yeah, potentially. Monks all going down for ACCM as well. So that's not really paying off for him. TaToH slinging a bunch of resources to his teammate DauT. But DauT's just so far out of this game, it's going to take him forever to get to like the point where he can make a reasonable army.
This game might be over, actually. I mean, I'm looking at ACCM's base. ACCM is just crumbling to TaToH. DauT's getting the cleanup on this mostly skirmisher army of Google. I can't believe this must be, of course, with some sling from TaToH, but you know, DauT's really making quite a bit of army, really using the Civ bonus here in being an Imperial Age, and I think TyRanT are going to take this game.
That is going to be GG. Unfortunately, I fell a little bit behind, but yeah, really nice play from TaToH there, just cleaning up ACCM, and yeah, that's gonna end the game in favor of the TyRanTs.
Yeah, a little bit surprising.
Yeah, sorry guys.
I think that final thing that killed ACCM was trying to transition to those long swordsmen, and I don't think that was the right call at the time. It just didn't have the eco for it, and maybe was better off doing what he was already doing before. You know, ACCM and Cool not really able to kill DauT. DauT still being pretty annoying, and that gave TaToH enough time to you know, get his good army composition going, and eventually push him straight through the front of ACCM.
And
Use push to talk, Ornlu.
Sorry, I was updating the scoreboard, so I was typing in the new score, and then I was hitting the push to talk button, and yeah, everything fell apart.
Anyway, awesome game. I can't believe DauT with the 8 villager Imperial or whatever it was. That was amazing.
Yeah, no, DauT did such a good job of just dying slowly. It's so important in these team games.
And with that, we'll move on to the next game.
Yeah, what are the Civ settings this game?
We have Mongols and Britons. Oddly specific.
That is a very odd selection of civs that are fine on this map. There was a restart called by VNA last game, so just going to get this right back underway to see where these guys choose to put their docks down. Or TCs, rather, but looks like ACCM will be throwing down his TC in the north of the map. He will be the purple Celts once again. His teammate Cool in the green, see where he's landing, will be sort of in the western part of the map as the Malay. So these guys a lot closer together this time.
And for the other team, we have the TyRanT team with two victories right now. Just need one more to be able to advance to the next round and have a better shot at that $1,500 prize pool, of which most will go to the winner. We have the Viper playing as the Japanese in the middle of the map. And down at the south, we have TaToH playing as the Malay. They were able to pick from a Civ pool, and as you can see, both teams picked the Malay, very strong civilizations. And we have the Viper as the Japanese and ACCM as the Celts.
Yeah, so this is some pretty interesting TC positions, Nobody, because man, oh man, is TaToH safe.
Yeah. You know, if there's any player that I would like in the the hot seat, I suppose, and the whatever euphemism you want to call it. I'm sure Killer B would have a better euphemism for it, but the Viper is going to be in between his two opponents, and he's going to have to take some pressure early on from the game. While TaToH maybe goes for a fast castle, maybe he goes for a boom, and the Viper might be on his own. We'll see.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a pretty good potential here from TaToH to get a pretty massive boom. I mean, he just has all the space in the world to work with, and a fully boomed melee in the early to mid Imperial Age can be pretty difficult to stop.
Now, interestingly, we have Cool's dock positions actually in the south there, along with TaToH's. Well, the thing is, Cool can add his further docks to the left side, so it might have a little bit of a sandwich on TaToH. But TaToH's they're both playing as the melee, so no advantage there. So that could go either way, in my opinion. As far as the other dock positions go, well, actually, TaToH has his first dock in the north there, so he's going to be one dock down on that side. So maybe he'd be at a little disadvantage here with Cool having an extra dock here on the left side a little later on.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting that both of the melee players kind of built their docks right next to their opponents, but like you're saying, probably a slight edge to Cool in that because he can build his dock on the left side. Lots of sheep for Cool as well, but yeah, it looks like Cool actually has a plethora of food resources with some deer and boars to the left of his TC.
So Cool has a lot of food on this map. He does not have good access to gold or stone at all, really. Where in the world is his nearest gold?
Back in Narnia, by the looks of things.
Back in the last map.
Yeah, back in the last map. That's really his best access to gold. You are very right, Nobody. Oh, man.
The closest gold I see is next to ACCM's town center.
Yeah. That's not good. Also, stone for both of the VNA teams is in the middle of the map. Like, there's no easy...
ACCM has some stone in the back, up in the very north.
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
But it is within galley range, so that could potentially be a problem.
Yeah, but that's their only stone. But then on the other hand, look at all their gold. They have so much gold. Like, to the right of ACCM's base, there are 3 massive gold piles.
Yeah, that said, though, the TyRanT team has a lot of access to gold, too. Most of the gold is in the southern to right part of the map. We mentioned before how Nomad, anyone can win because these spawns can be a little bit imbalanced sometimes. As you can see, clearly, the TyRanT's having a better map position as far as resource availability.
Yeah, everything for the TyRanTs looks, pretty standard, to pretty good. TaToH also has plenty of deer next to his TC, as well as a couple boars, so definitely do expect a boom from this guy. But with all of this gold here in the middle to south of the map, like you were saying, these TyRanTs can get this train going on pretty quickly and just spam in very expensive gold units over to their opponents.
So all players with their dock up, the Viper has his dock over to the west, and ACCM has added his dock over to the east. What kind of strategy do you think we see from the Viper?
Maybe some Castle Age Monk and Mangonel pressure. That would be pretty reasonable as the Japanese, who have very good monks, and, they have Mangonels. So that should be fine.
Yes, they have Mangonels.
Like every Civ.
Every Civ so far.
So far. Please, no more Civs.
The new Native American civilizations have no access to siege.
There would have to be some real interesting balance to make those guys, well, balanced.
But their buildings are mobile.
Oh god. Oh god, please no. Please. I just want to see some mobile towers rolling into my base.
Quick aside. Yeah, okay, I assume Viper eventually will especially go for something more aggressive here. TaToH, of course, goes something more defensive. And more flexibility for the VNA players. What do you think about the Celts' choice here? What do you think could be some of the strategies we see from them?
I think, the wood bonus is obviously fantastic on this map. The wood is a very premium resource as you need it for your ships, as well as to get your economy up and rolling. Late game, Celt's going to be pretty devastating with their excellent siege and infantry spam. However, the Japanese do kind of shred through the Celts with their samurai. So we actually might have to see some Celt Scorpions or something, because thinking about it, Samurai absolutely annihilate both Karambits and Celt Infantry. So that could be sort of a big power play.
That's assuming, you know, players are the same position developmentally, and the Viper's able to get his castles up. Of course, the Viper is going to be probably behind developmentally if he's not able to do any damage. So that is something that probably has to be said. One thing I'm learning as I'm watching more Nomad games, I'm still learning, as you said, the Celts with their, you know, their siege and their deathfall should be very effective here, and I think that goes to one of the points on Nomad. Not as important to be mobile, but more important to just be able to take control of parts of the map and just, you know, go straight through with heavy units.
Yeah, certainly, because, you know, you compare Nomad to a map like Arabia, because you have the map just ringed by water, you just have less space to work with, so units that are able to control space more effectively are going to be the units you want to go for. So I think that makes sense. I have to say,
after watching some of these games and the series last week, I'm really gaining a little bit more of an appreciation of Nomad, and I'm glad to be seeing a Nomad tournament, which we haven't seen in a while. And it's really good to see these games.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of sort of slightly atypical maps, like not the crazy, goofy meme maps, but something that's just a little bit out of the ordinary.
I'm a fan of goofy meme maps.
Well, I mean, I am too for like community games, but less so for like, you know, tournament games. But
Nomad is about as goofy as it gets for high level play.
Yeah, I mean, I just like these maps that sort of, you know, slightly, you know, nudge these pro players, force them to be a bit more creative, have a bit more interesting, intriguing decision making. And sort of rewarding that in certain players, so that's pretty cool. So getting back to the game, cool! There we go, excellent segue. Gathering stone in the middle of the map by Viper.
Oh god, I just got that, that's so bad. So yeah, cool. He's chosen to go for a fast no, he's in the feudal age, my bad. But he did a really slow feudal age and has lost a lot of his fishing and didn't have that advantage that we thought he'd have earlier in the game because of that really slow uptime. He is mining a bit of stone, getting a blacksmith up. Actually, gonna go for a fast castle, but it's gonna have to use the market for the gold.
Yes, he will. But is it gonna be a castle drop for him? No, it can't be a castle drop because he's walling in his villagers on the stone with a blacksmith and a house. So
only 3 villagers.
It's going to only be 3 villagers, so no castle drop going to be incoming for him. Likely just going to be a boom for him.
And he's currently exiting the town centers of the Viper. The Viper's up. All 3 players are up right now. TaToH is not up, but he's certainly done a lot of damage in the water and has tons of food to work with. And it looks like he's going with a market now, so he should be up fairly shortly too.
Of course, TaToH going to be able to take advantage of the melee uptime bonus, so he'll be just fine. And like you were saying earlier, TaToH, you know, he has space to work with, to say the least, in getting up the big economy quite quickly.
Yeah, even go to wall himself. Do you think, is this a good decision for him to wall himself? He's kind of, in a way, not going to be able to help the Viper at all. Maybe he thinks the Viper wouldn't need any help this game?
I think that's definitely a big assumption to make if you're TaToH. I mean, this is a lot of stone that
It's a lot of investment, though, and if you're going to make military anyway, then why would you wall yourself?
I mean, and why do you even need to be walled? You're miles away from your opponents. Like, this is a very strange decision for TaToH, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I just don't understand it, even with the booming strategy. It just doesn't really make much sense right now. Cool gonna upgrade to War Galley. He's gonna be the first player to do that, so he's going to try to get back onto the water. There's no hope with the water on the left side. Over on the right side, there is still a lot of fishing for these players, although not as much fish in the sea.
Yeah, I was, you know, I checked the tech tree to see if TaToH had gotten coinage to sling the Viper, but not that I could see.
You normally sling the Japanese, though?
I mean, you sling the Viper, right?
Makes sense with this positioning, with the town centers and everything, but usually you sling to go for something other than Arbalest and Siege Ram.
No Siege Ram for Japanese, even, remember?
I have to say, it does make sense, though, especially with this gold positioning, though, if you're able to just maintain that.
Yeah, and TaToH doesn't have a blacksmith, so no Castle Age soon for him, so I have to assume he's going to be slinging.
No, he's good. He sold the wood. Well, let's see. Should be able to click up now if you wanted to, but no, he's gonna add blacksmith right now. I don't think it's gonna be sling.
Okay, good. Slinging's boring.
No, we do a reverse sling where the Viper slings too. That's what that would be.
Oh god, it just dies instantly.
Yeah. Town center coming up cool. Lone Knight from the Viper with bloodlines and +1 attack, notably. That signals to me that the Viper wants to get some early villager kills. He's not going to get it. Not going to be that annoying. However, he does have some knights over on the right side, and they will be able to pick off a few villagers as there's little reaction from ACCM.
Yeah, that's a little bit of slow reaction, losing a couple of villagers he didn't need to. The +1 attack is noteworthy here for these knights because, in case you guys didn't know, knights kill villagers in 5 hits without +1 attack and 4 hits with +1 attack. So that's sort of a you know, time to kill threshold big difference for
yeah, I was about
knights.
to mention that. You know, most of the time we're not able to do these calculations in our mind. Does the +1 attack matter? Does it not matter? Does +2 make a big difference as far as hits to kill? But that's always one that you have to keep in mind is the +1 attack of knights, 1 less shot for the villagers.
Yep, Viper going to be running in. Now having the +1 defense going to be helping a lot in terms of absorbing arrow fire, but I don't think he's going to get too much damage done.
This is a lot of knights in the early game. Again, we talked about how the Viper should be aggressive here, how you know, could allow TaToH can boom that way, and he could stay alive that way. And so far, you know, a lot of aggression. Even got a monastery and a siege workshop. The Japanese now are a very versatile civ. They've always had great monks, but now they also have some good cavalry. Yeah, at least in the Castle Age.
Yeah, it's I think just an excellent buff for the Japanese. I think they're a very well-balanced civ right now. Very broad military tech tree. Good early game eco bonus, but not much in the late
Except
game.
for that gill nets.
Oh, that sexy
Too much
gill
in the fish
nets.
traps. Maybe we'll see the Viper with like 10k food this game.
Yeah, I mean Viper
Great
has
demo
18 fish ship.
South. Able to damage 4 fire ships. They're all very low demo.
Ooh.
And now killing 3 more.
Yeah, big demo shots in the south. Going to be
TaToH demos.
Yeah, TaToH demos. It's what he's known for, right? Able to mop up these fire galleys of ACCM.
We need like a TaToH demo simulator where it's like a scenario where you could just practice getting great demo hits or something.
We had stuff like that in StarCraft
too.
2.
To get his great demo shots. Anyway, cool going into what looks to be pikemen now. Could be effective, might be a little bit too late. We have some monks here for ACCM, so I guess it won't be. But that's a big investment for Cool. Probably doing this because he has no gold access. So that's the best he can do with his resources right now.
Yeah, definitely. Just a few unupgraded pikemen right now. Not exactly going to be ideal. The monk's going to be a lot more important. Will they be able to jump into the TC in time, though? Looks like 1 monk will go down. Maybe 2.
We had 3 monks going down for ACCM, if not 4, and only 2 conversions, so not the best thing. These pikemen should be able to take down these rams, though, and it looks like Cool has enough pikemen to defend.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Cool will be able to hang on, but definitely not an ideal situation for these guys. Though, with that said, both of the VNA players are leading in the villager count right now, though, of course, we have to, you know, put the asterisks in that.
Castle for the Viper.
Ooh, there we go. Cast's gonna come in, and like I was saying, Samurai just beat the Civ comp, in my opinion. Like, Samurai are gonna be so good. Viper not really having, you know, the upgrades for them right now, but definitely could be a good option as this game goes on, and Viper, like we were saying earlier, massive fish boom right now. What is he at, 18 fishing ships? Japanese fishing ships on top of it.
I think that the VNS team, the Vietnam team, can't afford to give up any more map control at all, especially on this right side. This right side is very, very vulnerable. I would like to see some stone walls here. And ACCM's got to mine the hell out of that gold and give some of that gold over to Cool, who has no access.
Is this going to be a DauT castle for Viper? It's close. It's real close. Oh my god.
If there's a DauT castle going on, you gotta just interrupt me and just go, DauT castle! DauT castle!
Oh my god. That was totally ACCM not paying attention. 2 mangonel shots that were attacking houses could have been attacking Viper's villagers, and Cool laughing in chat. Oh my god, that is such a fail.
Another missed opportunity here. And, yeah.
Viper instantly churning out some Samurai, and that's gonna do work against this army.
Samurai, if in the right situation, very strong in the Castle Age. They're one of the fastest creating unique units in the game. Usually don't have a lot of situations where they're very useful, but with the lack of gold on this VNS team, it certainly could be very, very useful here.
Yeah, Samurai are one of those units I found that, like, they're kind of like Jaguar Warriors, right? Or Teutonic Knights, that there aren't many situations where you want to go for them, but they're just so deadly in those very specific situations, and, well, this is one of them, as Viper's up to the Imperial Age.
Yeah, and just going back one more time about the whole balance of Nomads different with these civilizations. Infantry, slower units, but certainly can pack quite a bit of punch, and very strong on Nomad in this particular situation.
Yeah, certainly, and kind of like what we were saying earlier, is that the like the super late game death volley stuff is not generally as powerful as on Arabia when compared to Nomad, and the sort of earlier to mid imp power spikes.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
We have Yasama coming in. Oh god.
Oh boy.
All of the expansions text coming in from the from the Vipers team. A lot of experimenting. Castle coming up from ACCM. That's a good position in my opinion. Really helps to solidify the right side. But we have the Viper going into Imperial Age right now.
Yeah, Viper almost to the Imperial Age, and some Yasama guard towers. Well, I assume will be guard towers. Right now they're just watchtowers. But interesting choice. I feel like you'd want to use that stone for more castles, but that's just me. Now all I feel like we need to see is strongholds from the Celt player, ACCM.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa.
In all honesty, I think the Yasama tech's a little bit broken here, and I think it's you get a lot more. You get the same damage output from 2 towers as you do from a castle. So, I think the Viper feels confident going for towers right now because he's got that Imperial Age, that quick Imperial Age. We'll have to see.
Nobody? If you look, okay, look at ACCM's castle. Look to the archer range of Cool to the left. There is a ram trapped in that archery range.
How in the world did that happen?
How is this a thing?
You wouldn't even notice that if it wasn't for the shadow.
Yep, there is a stuck.
It's hiding.
I don't even get it, man.
It's obviously afraid of the Viper. That's what's happening.
I would too.
And wants to hide in the archery range. Someone's not getting paid today.
Yeah, seriously, but Viper coming in with these more watchtowers now, finally getting the guard tower upgrade. Japanese towers are super good.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. This game, it's looking pretty good for the TyRanTs. We haven't talked about TaToH this game, which is great. You're not talking about the Malay player, it's probably because they're booming. And certainly a lot of water control here. Playing as the Malay too, maybe we see those fish traps. I'm sure if this was the Viper would already have the fish traps up and running. So maybe that's something that the Viper can confer to TaToH at some point as they get more used to these civilizations. But a lot of advantage for the TyRanT team. And as long as they don't lose the trebuchet battle, they should have this game keep even being researched.
Yeah, something. Okay, they're just gonna call the GG there.
Yeah, it's pretty far gone.
Yeah. Something that is actually pretty interesting that I learned recently is that I was intrigued to see who had the best towers in a tower war in the late game. So I went into the scenario editor and pitted all of the best tower civs against each other.
It's gotta be Japanese, right?
It is Japanese because the extra arrows deal bonus damage against buildings. So they actually deal bonus damage, they deal a lot of damage to buildings, especially with units garrisoned in them. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I lost to someone. I was so mad. It was Pilgrims. Total noob. I threw myself in a total noob free-for-all because I like to have fun sometimes. But the guy just towered and trebuchets in the back of a corner of the map, and I literally could not break it, and I was so mad. And I lost.
Oh, yeah. That sounds pretty salty.
Anyway, this was an excellent series from these players.
Yeah.
TyRanT's going to advance to the next round. Great games all around. tons of great moments, tons of unique strategies. I have a new appreciation for Nomad now. Hope you guys enjoyed the casting. And do you have any final thoughts on this series?
It was just a really interesting series. Like all of those games, I think, had a lot of sort of interesting, facets, I guess, that you could learn something from. And with all of like the new civs and these particular players all being quite creative, it was just a joy to cast.
Absolutely. It was a joy to cast with you too, Ornlu. If you're on my Boobly official channel, which I'm casting on right now, you can check out his stream. And are you going to be casting after this, or are you done for today?
I am going to keep on going after this.
Okay, I'll throw you a host, and they can check out you over there. So again, thanks for joining me today. It was a pleasure, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks so much. See ya.
All right, take care.